See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above when they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settle. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world to know. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prop. One step, I'm solid for show. For the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no token when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
See, y'all think it's just about us in here, but this is about an oppressive, fucked up system designed to keep niggas down and shit. Y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. What about you, little nigga? You know about that?
Yes.
Oh, you know about that? Tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you think about that.
I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you gon' find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. Belly of the beast, we been living in hell. They like, damn Kai, how could you tell? Put us in the project, set us up to fail. Round here, bullets be flying like hell. Too many of my niggas either dead or in jail. Make a nigga work when you locked in a cell. Can't find work when you out on bail, but your homie got the work, so we passed you a sale. Got them birds like the Bible got quail. Niggas selling out cause they mama got bills. Turning to queens like Oprah and Gail. How you sell your soul just to get a little kale? They put you in a dress when you get a record deal. Wanna see a nigga getting high on pills? You can dance on a pole, you can sell that tail, but they never tell a nigga that he can go to Yale. We all created equal, that's white males. All lives matter, not black males. Another mother crying, another coffin got a nail. How many brothers out here got killed? How many of our sisters out here got a hit? How many more caps gotta get peeled? We beef with each other so quick to pull the steel. George Zimmerman still alive and well. I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. I turn up when it's real in the field. Feel. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Feel. Light-skinned nigga, you gon' find me in the field. Feel. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. Chill. Yo, chill.
industrial complex is a system situated at the intersection of government and private interests. It uses prisons as a solution to social, political, and economic problems. It includes human rights violations, the death penalty, slave labor, policing, courts, the media, police, and nation of dissent.
They just want us to die in silence. They just want us to die in silence. I might start me a fucking riot, slave rebellion, no compliance. They just want us to die in silence. They murder minds like they got a license. I pray for the coronavirus to kill all of these violent tyrants. They prey on us like they poaching lions. World War III's on the horizon. Black and Hispanics form alliance. From the west coast to the islands, this pressure is making diamonds. They've awakened giants. I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. For my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. I turn up when it's real in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel.
Nigga, did you just say what I was trying to say, but smarter? I like this little nigga.
12 tribes, UPK. Yeah. I'm a One West rapper, no half-stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters. I'll ride for those letters. The squad is forever. Ever since a nigga was young, I knew what I wanted. Knew that we could either be hunters or with the hunted. Meaning only choice was the predators or the prey. Shortest man wherever I was, but I didn't play. Then I started spitting, set fire to every stage. Rap gave a little bit of buzz, but it didn't stay. Then I started hustling, getting at some bread. I always went broke, making sure that my niggas fed. But then I looked for loyalty, niggas, they wasn't there. The same that I shed blood for, and it wasn't fair. But fuck it though, turn they back on a real nigga. It's when I found UPK and I'm still with them. Trill with them, cause I've been in the field with them. Fringed up garments, rocking the shield with them. I never turn traitor, I never let my colors fly. Never get my brothers never. Ain't like that other guy, nothing like them funny groups. They just better get in line. If you in the middle, you confused, you should pick a side. Me, I must stay loyal to the king to the day I die. I am One West, here beating in my chest. Fuck all the rest, we stayed, y'all left. Suckers ran scared, had to clean up y'all mess. That's why we took over, I can see that y'all stressed. We ain't got time to worry about no hater. My life is like a movie, should come with a narrator. They gather data, they wanna see us assimilated. Marching through the streets, know we coming, you hear our cadence. All you smell is Henny and frankincense is the fragrance. Cause I'm a One West rapper, no half-stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters, I'll ride for those letters. The squad is forever. I'm a One West rapper, no half-stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters, I'll ride for those letters. My squad is forever. It's forever. Squad is forever. When a nigga in this mode like I get so hyped, shining blinding like a strobe light. I'm my only calm, so I battle me back and forth nights. Like a bullfight, I see red charge and destroy Mike. Gave me foresight, so I know that winning the war might have them all tight. Fuck their feelings, cause they the soft type. I was always taught never turn your back on your brothers. Take on any enemy, know the strength in these numbers. UPK official, and ain't no coward among us. So make me go and bang with them sticks like I'm a drummer. How y'all gonna run with the style that we invented? You always talk the war was wild, but you never in it. All that coulda, shoulda, woulda. I see how you try to spin it. The way my soldiers move out, you think that we got evicted. It's One West in the building, we owning it while you renting. Lyrical exercise in the booth is my Planet Fitness. Words move you like calisthenics. Bars heavy, so when I bench it, I'm building up a hardcore. I flex when I'm finished. And right after a light workout, it's back to business. Group sick of UPK, cause we the illest. I got one question, will they ever stop hating? Waiting on this war so long, I'm salivating. Niggas turn bitch so strong, I call them Caitlyn. I get the green light, it's go, no hesitations. Y'all just been holding our spot like reservations. Now we back to work, but you suckers still on vacation. Mixtape singles and even collaborations. They smiling in the face, but I know I see aggravation. You ain't got to hide it though, you fucking mighty cone. UPK bringing that heat, you know the fire's on. It's One West. cause I'm a One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters. I ride for those letters, the squad is forever. One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters. I'll ride for those letters, the squad is forever. It's forever. The squad is forever.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, West. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Man, this shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 Vici. Hear them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. Mama grind, bitch, and work. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, cause they be churching. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. If he cross the line, I'ma back up and I'ma hit his ass with this virus. When I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas we eat. I'm in this bitch with the itis. Say all y'all do the street. Tell y'all do the street. If a nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass out the league. He ain't one of us hit the league. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my target's on the move, but I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we takes. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Go ahead.
One West is to raise, son, that's where I came from. That is my A1s, I'm talking day one. Rest of these niggas out here is just fake, son. Look, you can hate, son, you cannot take, son. I've been in every hood out of my state, son. Out in these streets, I'm steady blazing. Looking to cut a nigga like I'm Jason. I am the one, this is the Matrix. Going so hard that they think I'm an agent. Going so hard that they said I'm a Mason. These are the facts, though, I'm just amazing. There is no other way that I could state them. Iron my spotted, they'll never be vacant. These niggas lazy, they got complacent. They wanna level these fucking Caucasians. How the fuck we gonna rebuild our nation? You niggas feminine, go get some makeup. Sorry, but my love is only for Jacob. We had some hard days, we learned some hard ways. Always always. Just know that I pray that we get it out the dust. Only thing that I trust, knowing that my niggas gon' bust. That you thumbing up the rush, thinking that you won't get touched. Fuck when my brother get crushed, been through too much. Always come through in the clutch. Nigga just do what it does, fuck you thought shit was. 'Cause nigga it wasn't. Know that I do this a dozen. Always kept it 100. Niggas know I never stunning. And I keep shit running, even on the days when the pain keep coming, or a nigga fucked up and he feel like numbing. Show goes on, I just keep on drumming my faith, even on the days I wanna break. Saying how much could I take, still kept my faith, even when these niggas act fake. Even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wake. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Dark days with no night vision. That's why my heart is a cave and there's ice in it. Don't even trust niggas no more. Lord is my witness. Me and these niggas ain't the same. It's a slight difference. Thought a nigga had my back, now it's a knife in it. But now I'm back at the back like it's the ninth inning. Still got the backpack packed in the back of the camp van. Taking any given chance to blaze on the white man. Son of Benjamin, born on the right hand. Never losing grip. I understand who I am. Met a man to show me the right path. Now I'm rooted in the truth, to rule is my plan. And I can never lose sight like an exam. Sharp as iron, I was forged by fire, man. In the circle of life, how could I tire, man? I was undesired, had no one. And then I met these men and it changed how I'm living. Their words was convicting, called that a life sentence. Now I need a witness, but no, I'm not Christian. My faith in these scriptures, man, not no religion, man. It's like Tazab, and I'm with my brother Katazab. Man, you niggas too sweet like baklava. Niggas better not make a nigga bring them choppers out. Better pray for your health like the doctors out. Just be faithful. One day you'll be thankful. Wonder why they hateful. Luckily I got angels. I'm so thankful. Yes, I'm so thankful. Used to be ashamed, and even before I changed,
still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break. Saying how much could I take, still kept my faith. Even when these niggas act fake. Even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wake. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Clap it up. Shalom, we are the ISPK coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jimmy Ahana. Today is a law class, and there's Halloween just passed. A couple of current events and everything that just took place. Halloween just passed. What's the name of that the rapper dude that got killed? Forgot his name.
His name is Takeoff.
Yeah, the rapper Takeoff got killed.
From Migos.
Right, from Migos. He's supposed to it's supposed to have been in a dice game. And a lot of people think that gambling is unlawful. Gambling is not unlawful. It's a game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Unless it goes to, it itself is not, is not unlawful.
Right.
A lot of the times you have, greed, and somebody can't stand to lose.
Right.
You gotta, if you're gonna play a game like that, you're gonna gamble. Hey, you gotta take losing. So you gotta learn how to lose too.
Right.
That's the type of thing. Those actions are unlawful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna play the game, right, you gotta, put the consequences on the table.
Right.
Let's pull the scripture, the scripture about war, considering the cost. When you go to war, nobody goes to war without considering the cost. You got to consider the cost. If you're going to gamble, you're going to go to Vegas. You have to wrap your mind around the fact that you just might lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You shoot dice on the corner. You gotta come to terms with the fact that you just might lose. You see what I'm saying? I mean, nobody always wins in gambling.
That's right.
There's winners and there's losers. And if you're gonna play, then you gotta realize the fact that you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? And also too, talking smack at the dice game.
Right.
That's all a part of the, that's all a part of the contest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't let nobody just get inside your head like that. If you're gonna be a gambler, man, you gotta be, you gotta have you know, you got what they call a poker face.
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna have to understand that all that stuff is just aspects of the contest. That's all it is.
Right.
But you have so many people, they get their feelings hurt, losing his money, you know what I'm saying, and people talking, you know what I'm saying, talking smack also. So now, you know, he done got in his feelings. Now he want to kill somebody. And that stuff has happened, you know, in the black neighborhood, black and Hispanic neighborhoods for, you know, for decades upon decades. You know, that's one of the reasons why they made, you know, shooting dice on the street illegal. I don't know exactly where they were shooting it. Maybe they were shooting in somebody's house. Shooting in somebody's house is legal. They just made it to where you just can't shoot out there on the street corner like what they like at the basketball, you know, park or something like that. They made that stuff illegal because that's outside.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's, you know, go ahead.
No, so a little backstory. They was at a bowling alley in Houston. And it's kind of ironic because this actually happened around the time that, you know, the whole Houston cookout was going on.
Right.
You feel me? And so it happened at the a bowling alley. And they was also saying that Quavo had got hit too, but you know it was false news. That Quavo, you know, the other Migo, and you know, and Takeoff is the nephew of, I believe, Quavo, I believe. You know what I mean? But they also said that how he got shot. They're saying that he wasn't even the issue. It just argument, the fight had broke out. He just happened to get hit. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, he just happened to catch the bullet. Huh?
That's what they're saying, but I'll confirm it later. But that's what they're saying. And the brother, like, I didn't realize the brother was only 28 years old. I thought the brother was a little older than that. You know what I mean? Like 28, like goddamn, that's young.
Right.
It's sad, you know what I mean? Like, good night.
Yeah, when a lot of people do them like syrup and stuff like that and make them look older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What they do is popping the pills and the mollies and all of that stuff. Yeah, that make you know, young dudes age fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought each and every one of them was in their 30s. I think two of the Migos are actually like 30, 31. And then you know, Takeoff's only 28. You know what I mean? So it's a good night, but man.
Yeah, you know, this happened, you know, the time of Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, with every one of these holidays, there's some type of evil spirits that come along with it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether it's Halloween or it's New Year's. That's why so many people get smoked during the time of New Year's, Christmas. This is the holiday season, the hell day season, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the hell day season.
Right.
You know, where the murders and everything spike during this time, robberies, stuff like that spike during this time.
Right.
You know, going from Halloween, going all the way up into, you know, Christmas and that damn Thanksgiving, all of that stuff. Because, you know, this stuff was established, all of these holidays was established on blood.
That's right.
You know, and those, go ahead.
It's like, a lot of people don't understand that it's in the spirit to commit crime and to kill, you know what I mean? So that's all in the spirit of these holidays.
Right.
A lot of people have a misconception when it comes to Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's. They think it's about all love and fun. It's not.
No, it's not.
One thing you can't do is you can't change the meaning of something historically.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like Thanksgiving. They say it's about family. It's about, you know, being thankful for one another.
Right.
No, that is a white lie directly from our oppressor.
Right.
We know what Thanksgiving is really about. We can't change the meaning of it. It's seen as bad. And it's the same thing going on right now with them trying to change the meaning and the spirit of pedophilia.
Right.
They're trying to, you know, gloss it up to be something different. And they're saying, they're telling the media that it's not what you really think it is. Like, you can't change the meaning of what a pedophile is. You can't change the meaning of the true history of Thanksgiving.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and always, history always, in a sense, repeats itself. It's going to show you that it's always been this.
Right.
You can say it's about family, but it's always going to be about murder.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you can't just because you slap whipped cream and a cherry on top of Call of Duty, that don't make it a chocolate sundae.
Right,
You
right.
see what I'm saying? It's still a big pile of duty. That's what it is. It just has whipped cream and cherry on top of it.
Right. You know what? So like, you know, it's funny about that because it's an old joke, right? People always ask, they're like, so if you put soap on the poop, is the it's the shit clean? You know what I mean? And it's like, no, it's not. I'll go add soap on it. It's not clean.
Yeah, there ain't no way you can clean that up. The only thing you can do is get rid of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So same thing with these holidays. Halloween, see, we do it, for the kids, or Columbus with an Indigenous Day. And that's still damn Columbus Day. It's still at a time where the Spaniards enslaved the natives in South America. It still represents the same damn thing. What they sing and dance and all of that? Well, they did that during the time of Columbus too.
Right.
And then they went into slavery.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You can't change the meaning of something. You just got to do away with it. Period.
Right. That's right.
And I've seen people that celebrate Thanksgiving. They'll have the same foods: the turkey, the dressing, the cranberry sauce, and then some of these people will be the same people that don't, say that they don't celebrate Thanksgiving though.
Right.
It's
so crazy. If I may, it's a lot.
Go ahead.
Also, too, on our YouTube channel, the No Cowards Minnesota channel, we had did a social experiment where we had went to Tent City, and Tent City is a Gadite brothers and sisters, natives.
Right.
And this is probably back in 2017, 2018. And Minnesota pretty much went out to this tent city and asked people around, Thanksgiving, like, why do they celebrate Thanksgiving if they do or if they don't, just kind of getting their answers, right? And the social experiment is to see what are people's thoughts about this day, you know what I mean? And I think the one that was very terrible, but we found out that this woman was a devil later. This woman, at the tent city, she pretty much said that they celebrated Thanksgiving, although they know the history of it, they still celebrated, as far as family and things of that sort. They were trying to change history. But the part that got me was this. She said that she finds a random white person and teaches them about the whole history and have them at the dinner table on Thanksgiving. I said, what? I said, good night. And she laughed about it. And this is all on video, by the way. It's all on video. I gotta show you something.
Oh wow.
But come to find out, she's a devil. You know what I mean? She looks like a Gadite, but she's really a devil.
Yeah, she's feeding her own people during that time.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing. She's going into covenant with her own people.
Yeah, but it's like it's to make a mockery of that, to have a white person at the dinner table and teach them a history of Thanksgiving and laugh and eat at the dinner table is disrespectful to the brothers and sisters who lost their lives that day in the time of Christopher Columbus.
Right.
You know what I mean? To all the guys that's really at the Tent City right now.
Yeah, that's a $5. She wanted $5, what they call a $5 Indian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's not a, but here's the thing about it is how, we let these, these other nationalities and everything infiltrate us a lot of the time, because they actually change the way that we look. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all of that stuff, and that's one of the ways that it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
That's why you got Asians and Mexican gangs in California.
Yeah.
And they sleeping with Mexican women.
Yeah.
And producing Moab. You know what I'm saying? Cholo, Cholo Moab.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why the Most High don't want us mixing the races. That's why he don't want us doing that, because we start to look more like them, and it makes everything easier for them to, infiltrate us. It makes everything easier, because way back in the day, the Gadites were actually dark. It was obvious, that them and Esau looked nothing alike. But nowadays, you know what I'm saying? You know, that scripture when talk about confusion of faces. You know what I'm saying? Now it's confusion of faces and all of that. So now and everything's mixed and blended in together. So now it makes it much more difficult to even find out who your people are, even out of the pile. You see what I'm saying? One thing that you can tell, of course, is the spirit. Because I remember one time it was a situation where it was blacks protesting or something, you know, blacks were protesting and Mexicans, it was something against with blacks and Mexicans, they was all out there. And then you had, you know, Esau, brown Esau out there, you know, and he was saying, get out here, N-word, saying it just like some redneck. And that was it. And you could see the spirit coming forth out of him, which, you know, most likely he had, you know, Issacharite mama,
right,
and a white father.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that spirit came forth out of him. But before that, people didn't, you know, thought he was a Mexican.
Yeah.
Right? Thought he was a Mexican.
Yeah. You know what, too? It's like at a job of mine just recently. I'm looking at this male, right, at the job. I'm looking at him, I'm like, damn, like, you know, he looks kind of Mexican. I wanted to ask him, but then before I get a chance to ask him, he actually told me his name. His name was Kong, like King Kong.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, usually when I hear the name Kong, I'm like, I know a Kong, and you know, he's a Moabite from a different job. And I'm like, you must be Asian. And I'm looking at him a little close. I'm like, oh, he's one of those different stocks. I'm assuming. You know what I mean?
Moab, one of the different stocks of Moab.
Yeah,
right.
Because he don't look like a regular Hmong Asian, you know, Vietnamese type of person.
Right.
So I'm looking at him, I'm like, I thought he was Mexican though, because there are some that look kind of like our people.
Yeah.
You feel me? So and you know, I think we talked about that last week.
Right.
And I'm thinking so much like, damn, like I thought that was a whole brother. You feel me? And it's so crazy, but I never got a chance to ask him who his mother was, or his father. But I mean, he said that he was up and down, like, you know, more about him. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like Cambodians.
Yeah.
A lot of them are dark.
They are.
And a lot of them have, you know what I'm saying, curly hair. You know what I'm saying, even woolly at times. You know, but that's still, you know what I'm saying. That's, you know, and sometimes they even have, you know, big lips.
Yeah.
And all of that, but you know, you got all of these different, you know, stocks of Asians. They don't all look the same. You know, they all have, you know, different characteristics. Some are dark, you know, predominantly dark. Some are light. Some are more, you know, some could grow an afro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, see, this is, like I said, this is the reason why the Most High don't want us mixing. He don't want us mixing, you know, as far as with making, you know, marrying them. And he does not want us mixing with their customs, which Halloween is one of those.
Right.
You know, go on to Kanye West. You know, Kanye West. You know,
you still want that preset?
Oh yeah.
The one about the cost.
Right.
Okay. Salakia. Luke chapter 14 verse 28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?
Right. Yeah. Now think about this. You know, is it followed up by anything?
Is it what?
Who goes to war without considering the cost? Ain't that in there too? Okay. I mentioned the use of the tower in this scripture. Well, you know, people like Kanye West and all of that, they, you know, they built the tower, you know, as far as with their, you know, success, you know, their careers and all of that. But at the same time, while they was down, they got to consider the cost. Be like, look, man, I could say the wrong thing and lose everything. You know, but the thing about it is, what it is they fall in love with the money and the lifestyle and everything that they're living.
Right.
You know, and they can't see themselves going back to the hood eating noodles. You know what I'm saying? Some of them can. Some of them can and have actually done that. You know what I'm saying? And those are far and a few, but some actually have. But see, here's the thing with Kanye, you know, being inside that world, you know, in that world, you know, they pretty much make an oath into that world.
Right. That's right.
You know, and also too, look how he learned. Who loses somewhere around 1.5 billion overnight.
His net worth was about like 2.5 billion.
Yeah, but he lost.
Yeah, he lost a chunk of money. I think right now he's at like 1.5, something like that. But yeah,
I heard he was at about 400 million.
Oh yeah, actually,
yeah. He's always down to about 400 million. You know.
Yeah.
At the same time, you gotta realize, you know, who it is that he's working for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta stand on one. You know, you gotta stand on the side that you're gonna stand on.
Yeah, totally.
You know, Kanye is pretty much, you know, straddling the fence between the two worlds. You know, the knowledge of who he is according to the scriptures and everything, you know, and the world that he done sat there and done lived his whole life trying to pursue the hopes and dreams of that world.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You got to be what did Christ tell the one man? He said, you know, sell all you have and follow me.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude just couldn't find himself to do it. You see what I'm saying? You got to be, you know, solid in that type of thing right there. And see, because what's going to happen is the side that's paying him is going to eat him up. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. You know, it's a sad thing, but you know, this is a real thing. You know, and the guy Kyrie Irving, you know, just like what me and Kadash was talking about earlier, he mentioned, you know, the fact that Kyrie Irving was more articulate, you know, in the way that he handled the questions and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, he was, because see, they couldn't really find any fault with him.
That's right.
But see, also too, Kanye's to the point to where he don't care.
Right.
He's getting to the point to where he don't care.
Yeah, right.
And that's pretty much what it is. You know, they're not going to be able to shut him up and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he's to the point to where he don't give a damn.
Right.
And the effect that can happen behind that is, you know, what they scared of is the fact that other people might start, you know, thinking like that too, to where they don't care.
Right.
You know, and they might get encouraged.
Right.
This is one of the things that make the tribe of Judah so dangerous. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, they know that, you know, when the tribe of Judah makes a stand, they know how influential that stand can be. You know, and you know, and it can gather, you know, it can gather up some smoke real quick. So now they coming with all these ways to try and humble him and everything. And I heard that he apologized.
Mm-hmm.
What is the scripture? Trust not thy enemy. Who oppresses the devil, the Bible speaks of.
That's right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. An Apocrypha. Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust your enemy. You know, you can't go into a world like that believing that these people are your friends.
Right.
They're not. You know what I'm saying? They play on their side, and you play on yours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all can be cordial and things like that, you know, but at the same time, you gotta know, you know, that's just like diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A good diplomat, you know, some diplomat can come. You know, if a Russian diplomat was to actually go to, you know, Ukraine and everything, right? Mm-hmm. And they're enemies. Russia and Ukraine are enemies right now, right? He wouldn't just outwardly express his hatred and everything. He'd go there and, you know, just like when when they come to, you know, when the ambassadors and stuff like that come to America, you know, or one of them other countries or whatever, they go and they do certain things. You know, they come to America, they might go to McDonald's and things like that. And they might talk about how they like the Big Mac or something like that, you know. But at the same time, when it all boils down to it, their heart is with their people. And see, here's the thing: we, you know, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we lack leaders that are like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we get, we be on some diplomacy stuff and end up believing that they're actually our friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
like, I mean, like to be like that is part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
There's really a game to. I mean, there's politics in everything. You know, and if you don't understand that, then you are going to find yourself in a terrible place. You know what I mean? If you don't understand that, once again, like there's rules to every game in the world.
Right.
I mean, everybody is not going to be nice, be fair with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this other race of people, they'll laugh with you, they'll smile with you, they'll shake your hand when you make money. But at the end of the day, it's about their people.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
Right. Exactly.
Or better, it's not about your people. It's about their people.
Right. And even their friendship with you is based on what does it benefit them.
Right.
They're not friends with you just for no damn reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't know how to compartmentalize relationships. That's one of our biggest problems too.
Right.
We don't know how to compartmentalize. Like we'll be on a basketball team with white dudes and everything. They know you as their basketball friend. Y'all friends because y'all play on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians believe this is my brother. You know what I'm saying? We'll expect something out of that relationship that is not even there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? While at the same time, we'll make him more of a brother than the brothers that we actually know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The brothers that of our brothers are of our stock. And that's how we think. This is the reason why the Most High don't want us dealing. We supposed to be the least likely people to even deal with any other nation based on things like that. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because if not every month, if not every week, if not every day, every year some big story comes out and shows you how, oh, this person of this race did something to this person of a race. And 9 times out of 10, like we become the topic. Black and Hispanic, Native Indians be, the topic in a terrible way. And we are the ones that always seem to get, treated in the wrong way.
Right.
Like every year, or like every once in a while, there's a big story that comes out and just shows you how Black and Hispanic people are not desired, no matter if you're with the heathens or just in any way possible. If you try to join yourself to these people, they always choose themselves.
Yes, they always do.
And my thing is this though. How many more years, how many more days, weeks, and months does it have to take for us to really put that in our mind?
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
And we do the opposite.
Right. And we still love them more every time.
They choose themselves, we choose somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we do the direct opposite of what it is that we're supposed to do. You can learn a lot from watching how other races move and everything. Like say for instance, the Jewish man.
Mm-hmm.
Just at the slightest thought of anybody saying something so-called anti-Semitic, they band together quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They band together real quick. They get emotional real quick. And whoever it is that you can't talk about is who's really running things.
Mm-hmm.
On the earth, you can't talk about the Jewish man. You can't talk about the Moabite, the Chinese man either,
mm-hmm.
because it's called the Asian hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Black community, you can't talk about Black women. You see what I'm saying? So now, based on things like that, who is actually running things.
You can't talk about your oppressor without backlash.
Right.
You can't talk about the ABC community either.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. Yeah,
yes.
You can't talk about them because they have a lot of power on the earth.
Right.
And it's funny because they like to use narratives that they are the persecuted people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets to sit there and take the persecution of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and own it for themselves and
Right.
benefit from it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The gay community, they act like gays are still being lynched and and being what do they call it? Gay bashing.
Yeah.
Like they're still being gay bashed.
Yeah.
They put it like they put it as if the Jewish people are just being persecuted and thrown in jail and prisons and everything. You ain't gonna find no damn Jewish, you ain't gonna find no Jewish cliques in prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then they'll make these lying narratives as if, what do you call it? What's it called? Like false flagging or something like that? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
They'll make these false flags. And then here's the funny thing about it, they'll push the stuff through the media and we'll just believe it.
Yeah.
And let them tell it. They're filling up the jails.
Yeah.
And prisons and being persecuted and all of that.
In 40, 50 years from now, Tupac is going to be white.
Right, exactly.
Michael Jackson is white.
You're right.
Like they're going to say just anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Martin Luther King was a white man. That
Right.
fought for equality.
Right, about equality and global love.
Yeah.
Global love and bringing the whole world together.
You know what? Eminem is not only the best rapper on the face of the earth, but he's a black man too. You feel me? Like, come on, man.
You're right. Yeah, they wouldn't do that one though. They wouldn't make Eminem black. They'll just make him the best rapper on the earth. That's what they'll do.
I'm just.
Yeah, just give an example.
Because right now they're saying that he's one of the best rappers on the face of the earth right now.
Yeah, but
it's so crazy because if I may, so crazy because I think Wayne came out around the same time or a little bit, before.
Yeah, he came out a little before.
Yeah. My thing is they now just gave Lil Wayne the title of one of the best rappers on the face of the earth as of right now. And I'm just like, y'all could have been gave Wayne that before I get to this white boy.
Right.
Because Wayne spits harder than him. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Come on, man.
And the thing about it is, also too, it should be two different categories. He could be the best white rapper.
Or something.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be better if he was the best white rapper.
Now his rapping is decent. It's not my favorite. It's okay, but I know other white rappers that sound better than him, honestly. But now as far as the catalog, I'll be quiet. You feel me? Because his catalog is longer than most white rappers right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I always choose my own people. That's how I do it.
That's the way.
It sounds cool and everything like that. I'll listen to it, but I ain't really gonna put my whole soul and heart to support you like that.
Right.
I won't be at your concerts and things of that sort. I'll take a little listen, but I'll choose Wayne over him any day.
Yeah. I mean,
because Wayne shit better anyway. Wayne does different genres of music too. He done a little pop, a little rock. Like he played around with different genres, and he still sounds good. You feel me?
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, what they done did to rap is empathetic, and Kanye West had mentioned that also too. How they made what he said in that show that he was on. I think it was I don't know what the name was. Yeah, Drink Champs.
Yeah.
And then when you had the Jewish dude there, the Jewish dude said that, well, I have a family to feed too. Yeah, that's what the Jewish dude said. Said I have a family to feed too. Kanye West is pretty much asking the question, why do you produce, y'all over that music, that same music. And he said, well, I have a family to feed.
And that's some white shit to say.
Yeah, it is. So you got to destroy our families, so that your family can eat. And if that don't show blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians something, I don't know what will, because that shows in order for us to live, they got to die. In order for them to live, we got to die. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not controlling Asian music. You know what I'm saying? Asians are controlling Asian music. Africans are controlling African music. We the only race on the face of the earth that has another race controlling our music. Ain't that something? You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let's go to Psalms 137 when it talks about David, ways that's required of a song. What Psalms 137? It said David that ways that that's required of us a song. Being oppressed is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's
and Kanye West just pointed that out. That's all he did was just point out the fact that they own it. That's no lie.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then another thing that he did was he had a whole list of all of these companies. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, a whole list of.
That's been trending on social media.
Yeah, you know.
I'm talking about. I'm on Twitter. It's on there. Facebook.
He ran through about 20 major companies.
Yeah.
And they own all of those. So this ain't no goddamn. This ain't no conspiracy theory. This is the truth. This is the facts. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like saying, it'd be like saying, Bill Gates owns Microsoft.
Right.
And somebody say that's anti-Semitic. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Right.
He owns Microsoft.
That's right.
You know. And then I heard some Jewish dude say, well, you're talking about Kanye. Well, don't hate the player. You should think about don't hate the player, hate the game. No, they hate the goddamn players and the game themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They hate the players all the time.
Right.
That's why they're doing to him what they're doing to him.
Right.
They stripping him of all his goddamn money. That's hating the player right there.
Right.
You know, that's hating the player, hating free speech. Go ahead.
I got you. Psalms chapter 137, verse 3. For there they carried For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
Wanted us to sing and dance for them while we're being destroyed. We're the only race of people that this requirement is aimed at.
Right.
They don't sit there and destroy it. You know, they ain't going down into Ukraine, bombing Ukraine and then having the Ukrainians sing and dance for them.
Right.
They ain't doing that. They ain't did that with nobody else that they went to war with. But they do that type of stuff to us. They destroy us and then want us to entertain them while they do it. And you know what? And this is so messed up because this done became like natural to us. They bring it when some big issue goes on with black people, they start bringing out all the trumpeters and all of that. You know what I'm saying? The entertainers and everything to make it like it's a joyous event. Right. Go ahead.
Done. And they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Yeah, you see this? That's the same thing that they're requiring of us now. And who are the people that is actually over it? The same people that Kanye talked about. It just is what it is on that. It ain't anti-Semitic. They control the record labels and all of that. That ain't anti-Semitic. And that also goes to show you who Satan's people are.
Right.
Because this is his world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Remember the scripture that talked about the God of this world?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, the God of this current world that we live in is actually Satan.
Yeah.
And those are his people on top.
Now, if I'm asking, so I want to say something like with the whole thing with Kanye West, right? I noticed that no one's really. Oh, okay, actually, I want to say no one. After Kanye went viral for saying that Jewish people are not the real people, the real Jews, that black people are. No one's really touching on that. I would say. I'll say famous people's not touching on that, right?
Right.
But lately on TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook, there are people on social media actually talking about it. They're saying like, Kanye is right. You know what I mean? Yes, Kanye say, crazy things at times or things that don't sound right, but he's right about that.
Right.
My thing is though, how come that's not going viral?
Right.
And I had to explain to my wife, like, the reason why is because you gotta understand Amalek. Amalek has power.
Yeah.
They have money, And I was like, matter of fact, you know, the class that you just missed with Jeremy Hyman, he talks about that. They have money and power.
Right.
With money and power, you can push anything.
Yeah.
You feel me?
They have what you call 3M control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The 3M control is when you control the media,
Yeah.
the military, and the monetary system.
There you go.
That's how you rule the world.
Yeah.
By controlling those three.
Right.
That's what they call 3M control.
Yeah.
You know, and they control those things. They've always been, you know, a race of people that have always conspired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, though, if I may, Salaki, I'm sure everybody knows that Christ is a fucking black man.
Right.
He's a damn black man.
Right.
I mean, nothing says Jewish about Revelations, the first chapter, first chapter, verses 13 through 15.
Right.
Nothing says Jewish about that, or a white man.
Right.
You feel me? I mean, it's not a metaphor, and that's, well, it is a metaphor, but it's physical when it says that, you know, his feet was like burned as brass.
Like
you know what I mean?
brass, so he burned in the furnace.
Yeah, in the furnace,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
You know what I
there
mean?
you go.
Like that's a black man.
Right, that ain't no metaphor right there, because that's what they'll try to say. They'll try to say it. No, see,
Yeah.
or they'll try to even. I haven't even heard this one. They'll try to say, well, see, it's because his feet was on fire, and white people are more towards the color of fire because fire burns red.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I heard them say stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, they tried. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then when it says his head and his hair, it's like, oh, see, his head is white like wool, but ain't no white person white like wool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No human being is white like wool.
Exactly.
You know?
So
Not even albinos.
Right. If so, you got to show me. in
Right,
person.
exactly. Mhm.
You got to show me in person. Yeah. Good night.
Right, right,
Hey, I will Preston, man. He's something else.
right. Nobody on the earth is the color of a white tea. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But there are people on the earth that are the color of burned brass.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
You know?
I think it's you right there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Even you know, even lighter skinned, you know, black people on the color of brass. You can see not all brass is burnt the same.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have brass that's burned that's lighter. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the darker burnt brass.
Right.
You know, the matter of fact, the longer you put it in the fire,
The more
the darker it gets.
Yeah.
If you want something that's light, you want to light on light brown side,
Right.
then you put it in less time.
Yeah.
As simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see light skin pennies before.
Right.
Yeah. You know, but
You know.
this is crazy.
I mean, you know, but yeah, but at the same time though, you know, that's one of the things they get black people, black Hispanics and Native Indians not to look at the scriptures, or to look at the scriptures only when it benefits in arguments as against our own people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an untruth, you know. Or they'll tell you, well, why does that matter? And they say that a lot. And but just like with Halloween, you don't find Halloween in the Bible anywhere, but Christians will stand with Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see it anywhere. And some of them even know the history.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll say, oh, well, but they'll start doing all that kind of stuff. No, it's just, it's just about, the kids and all that. Well, your kids mess around and get some of them, get some of them fentanyl Jolly Ranchers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to see what you think then. You got the most dangerous, this is a worst time to be going to sending your kids out trick-or-treating and stuff like that, getting candy from strangers.
Mm-hmm.
You got the worst drugs out here now than what you even had back when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? You got worse. Fentanyl is deadly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they said the first dose of it can kill you.
Yeah.
It's not crack, it's not cocaine. Like,
Right.
This is different.
Right. It's not even heroin.
Now, fentanyl. I believe they have fentanyl in the hospital, but it's more of a medical thing.
Yeah.
But fentanyl that they talk about is how people are making it at home fentanyl, where you put
Like
a
they
high
get meth.
dosage. Yeah. You're mixing things into it, or otherwise it's just pure fentanyl, but you're putting high dosage inside of the things that you're trying to sell, or things that's
Right.
But the thing is, though, it's high dosage of it. You feel me? It's not on a medical level. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's killing people instantly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
sure.
I told you I had it was a brother. I believe he was 17 years old. I went to school with him. I was a few grades older than him, but he knew my family. He knew my little brother. And I knew him. He was I think he was like native and white or native in Puerto Rico, something like that. But I heard the news like maybe 2 years ago that he passed away from fentanyl overdose. In my mind, I'm like, he don't do pills unless I must have missed something. But I knew he smoked weed.
Right.
But I'm like, damn, like fentanyl. I'm just like, damn, like that shit that grown men do. You feel me? Grown women do.
They can slip that stuff. This thing about it, another thing that make it so dangerous, they can slip that stuff and stuff.
Exactly, and now they have cases right now. People are dying because their weed, their blunts are being laced with fentanyl.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So I tell people all the time, hey, this is why we say smoking is a sin.
Right.
And you should stop.
And that's way dangerous than the stuff that was going on, back when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
They might slip somebody a dank or something. We call it a dank, where they sprinkle cocaine on the blunt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much as far as it went back then. But now they just putting death on the damn blunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and like I was saying, and people sending their kids out, on trick or treating. And they get some fentanyl to look like candy, and they eat it. The next thing you know, the child is dead or in the hospital, foaming at the mouth or something. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is a horrible time to be, following the customs of the heathen like that. This is a very horrible time to be doing that. Yeah, but like I was saying, back on the Kanye thing, that is a very hot topic right there, and even though he's straddling the fence, I'm just wondering what impact is that going to have actually inside Hollywood itself. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing could be used as a good thing. Somebody could stand up and actually be sincere with it. You know what I'm saying? And what will this start to do? This will start to collapse the whole damn structure of Hollywood, because without black people, Hollywood would be absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Without blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because the Hispanics will follow suit right behind. You know what I'm saying? Just think about, look what the Colin Kaepernick thing did. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because you really don't hear much about Colin Kaepernick now. Colin Kaepernick.
If I may, like, you are saying a lot of great things as far as the stop it. If I may say another thing, my thing is, so like, it's not a secret that the Jews are black.
Right.
And as far as Hollywood, like you got ISUK everywhere. You feel me? And on Hollywood Street.
Right.
You feel me? And my thing is, so that Black and Hispanic people, I would say a good majority know that they are the people in the Bible, but it's not something that really motivates them to really want to believe it, if they use that so, right? But my thing is this, though: all the people that play roles that are famous about Black Jesus, just talking about Jesus is black and stuff like that, right? They haven't spoken up about anything. They only shame Kanye.
Right.
But I see a lot of famous people. Yeah, I see a lot. I see a lot of famous people who play roles of being a Black Jesus, or who actually acted in a show that represented a Black Jesus.
Right. Blair Underwood. He was one of them.
It's so many of these Black people that know the truth, but they decide to shame Kanye. It just shows how much of a slave they are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Going all the way back, hell, even Madonna had depicted a Black Christ. This happened all the way back when I was in elementary school. There was a brother that played in the 5 Heartbeats.
Oh yeah, come on. The main singer.
I think he was the main singer. He played in a couple of other things. I don't know the brother's name. He played
In a movie or the actual Five Heartbeats?
no the movie.
The movie. Okay, yeah. Let me see. Let me see.
I think his name was he was JT. I think that was his name.
Yeah, Leon Robinson.
Right. She, actually Madonna. Right.
Yeah.
Madonna gave him his start.
Mm.
Yeah, she came to. There's a show. I mean, not a show, a video that she did called I think it's Like a Prayer.
Okay.
Where he was the Black Christ in the prayer.
See, come on.
In the video. You know what I'm saying? And she like kissed his feet. Actually, she gave him a boot kiss.
Mm.
And it was real controversial because she's an Amalekite herself.
Mm-hmm.
Madonna's an Amalekite.
Mm-hmm.
But that carried you some controversy and this and that. But she blew up to be a larger than life star after that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she been a big star a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they, we say Jesus is black and things like it. Blair Underwood also, played Black Christ, and I think he was on Donahue or something like that. That stuff has a little steam for a while because what it is, they think that okay, well, Jesus is white, but well, okay, they're just making their own, they're making their own Jesus. Like that's the fake one. This is one that suits them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way that they look at it. But when when you start to point, like I said last week, I think it was, when you start to point out who they really are. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say the Jews is black, we the Jews and this and that, then because it peeps in people's mind, okay, you're a new kind of Jew. You can come up under us, and we can circumcise you. And if you really want to be a Jew, right. You know what I'm saying? As if they're the real ones.
Right. And if I may, it's so funny because right now, 2022, we have to say, no, I'm a Jew by blood. Like,
right.
I was talking to Kodash earlier, and I was telling him how I rock my shield. I was rocking my shield at work and stuff like that. And all my clothes are mainly EPK clothes, right?
Right.
Every once in a while, I have some plain like this, and pretty much, like I had to explain to heathens, not brothers necessarily, but heathens, that like those Jewish are not real. Like I have to explain the ish part.
Right.
The ish is a suffix of kind of a like something.
Right.
So it's like you got a red shirt, but it's a different type of shade of red.
Right.
That's red-ish.
Right.
So it's not red, but it's red-ish, meaning that it's a shade of red.
Right. Or it's actually pertaining to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not all the way there, but it's it derives from that innocence.
Right. Right.
And I have to explain like they don't even match up what they say in the Bible.
Right. Right.
If a true Christian knows the Bible, they know that the real Jews are black.
Right.
Because all these so-called metaphors, and things of that sort, so like all the metaphors and the references of black this, black that in the Bible, that's not talking about white people. Man.
Right. But see, they got a trick for that too.
Yeah.
What they do is, because they got a thing where they go to find the lost tribes of Israel and all of that.
Yeah, ain't no lost white people because they all around us.
You're right, but here's the thing. No, they're going into Africa though.
And it's certain parts of Africa too. Like although I don't care about Africa, right?
Yeah.
In certain parts of Africa, there is no white people in certain parts of Africa because they are not allowed there because of the strong racism. Right. Amongst the Africans and the white people.
Right, because they already know what white people is going to do once they get there, But here's the thing, though. What it is they going down to Africa like as if they trying to find the lost tribes, and they snapping up some Hamites and everything, because once you come pull these black scriptures, now they got to find a counter to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then they say, well, this here, the such and such a people are the tribe of Levi. the Ethiopians, the tribe of Dan. They'll try and do stuff like that to mingle it up and confuse everything, which is what they do. They're, you know, they profit out of confusion. Like, say for instance, when the tribe of Judah, you know, went to war with the Philistines, what did the Amalekites do? The Amalekites went and robbed all of the land. They robbed all the cities of Judah. This was during the time of King David. They robbed all of the cities of Judah, and they also robbed the cities of the Philistines too. You know, that's that confusion, and people they profit when people fight each other. They profit off of that, because think about it, if everybody was to, you know, come together in solidarity and everything and realize, hey, wait a minute, these are the people that's messing up the earth, they wouldn't have no force to fight against it. You know what I'm saying? They would just get devoured up. So they got to do what? They got to keep keeping up confusion all the time. Keep wars going. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep that stuff happening.
You know what's funny about that? That's very heavy, because there's no coincidence that every year somehow there's a war going on.
Yeah.
And then around election time, which is this month, by the way, in a few days, there has to be a certain amount of crime going on so that way they can support the campaign. Like, for example, right? The whole thing right now is student loans.
Right.
Oh, you ain't gotta pay it back. Don't worry about it. Otherwise, like certain crimes, it's like, once I get elected as a congressman, the president, the government, this is going to stop. That's going to stop. This happens every 4 years.
Yeah, because during election time,
every 4 years they gas you up, and once they become elected, nothing happens.
Right. But see, here's the thing: they'll start to talk about how they're going to be tough on crime.
Yes.
So when they talk about being tough on crime, they need crime happening right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They need to start a problem, and then say, look, I'm here to fix this problem. So now everybody go and vote for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they use the white fright.
Yes.
You know, as if blacks is going to take over if I'm not elected. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, my thing is, with my short time being in the truth, right? I noticed that crime can be stopped just based on, so like, fucking 6 precepts. 6 precepts can teach you really how to stop crime. And Christ was so damn cold, he didn't have to use violence for anything.
You're right.
Unless it served a purpose, in a sense, you know.
Right.
Like, well, even this is not violent. When the brothers was gambling in the temple, and he flipped the table.
Right.
You know,
that was a necessary violence.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I think he whipped him.
Yeah, he whipped him. He did the same thing a lot of our great grandmothers used to do. Take the switches and braid them together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he whipped them right up out of the temple.
Now that was necessary because they was out of the spirit.
Right. They were money changing and everything. Yeah, they was. Yeah.
Right. And my thing is this though, like, it's like if the whole earth followed the foundation of what Christ was, you know, trying to set and play, I'm sure there will be no crime.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it will be no crime if we follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's why Black and Hispanic people have to be over this earth righteously. Right. Once we are in the kingdom, when I say in the kingdom, meaning in the spirit of what the Most High has set for this earth to be, like once everything is in righteousness, that's when there will be no more crime.
Right.
Ain't such thing as Halloween no more. No Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's going to be the Feast of Dedication, Purim, Passover. That's really what it's going to be. Right. You know what I mean? So
that's right. You know, because we have the most perfect laws and the way and the ways to solve, you know, every problem is out there is in them scriptures.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And how to govern the society is all in the scriptures. Okay, let's go to Acts the 10th chapter. You know, let's see what one thing that what Kanye West is one of the things that he should actually do. You know what I'm saying? Being the fact that they done brought him down, low. Like a matter of fact, this is what all of these celebrities need to start actually doing. Because hell, what are they gonna do? Clip all of them? That's like on a job. When somebody's wrong on a job, and black people, we have a hard time sticking together. The tribe of Judah, especially, we have a very difficult time sticking together. We'll let people get fired on the job, and we not even feel good. We'll sit there and be on the side of the damn company. You know what I'm saying? It used to make me sick when somebody gets fired, and you know that they ain't even deserve to be fired. You mad, and the other dudes, the other people around, they not mad. They're like, well, shit, they just worried about their damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, today him, tomorrow you. You know what I'm saying? But then that's one of the reasons why they do a lot of the things that they do, and that's the same thing in Hollywood. Right. They so worried about keeping their job. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Okay.
Acts chapter 10, verse 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius.
Now, Cornelius was a celebrity status dude, right. Was he not?
Right.
He was a celebrity status dude. Now we're gonna sit there and see what Cornelius actually did here. A lot of people try to say, Cornelius, like he was a heathen and everything that got converted. No, he was not. You know what I'm saying? Well, dang old Romans running around doing great works in Jerusalem and everything, without something benefiting them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A centurion of the band called the Italian band.
Oh, see, it said he was an Italian. It didn't say he was no damn Italian. It said that he was a part of a band called the Italian band. Right. Back then, I don't think Italy was really even called Italy yet. You know what I'm saying? There's an Italian band, which is a band which is actually an army, or what they call a company.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was a member of that, and he was, very famous and everything. He had high rank there. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the same thing as being almost like a high-ranking police officer.
Right.
Like a police chief or something like that. Cornelius was even more famous than that, and he was wealthy also too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Became wealthy. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 2. A devout man and one that feared God with all his house.
Yeah, a devout man. He was a devout man, and one that feared God. So that was actually just his job. He was the type of dude you didn't have to worry about him going upside black people's heads and all of that type of stuff. You didn't have to worry about none of that. Cornelius was a type, even that was his job. That was actually his responsibility. He was in a band that was in the Roman army and everything.
Right.
Because back then, the Romans and everything, a lot of them had some they still had some goodness to them. Because if you made a league with Rome back then, that's the reason why they was afraid of Apostle Paul, the guards in the jail when they found out he was a Roman. Because if you became a Roman citizen, right? If you became a Roman citizen, then you were you benefited from being that. Actually, people couldn't do what they wanted to do. So it's like going, from America and going somewhere everybody know that you are an American, even though you're not white. But Apostle Paul was a Roman, because Apostle Paul, where was he from? He was from Tarsus. He was a black man from Tarsus. Tarsus is actually southern Spain. It's all that whole section is Spain now, but back then the southern part was Tarsus, named after one of Japheth's sons. You know what I'm saying? Tarsus was a Japhite.
Right. You said they're scared of him because he was a Roman, like a Roman citizen.
Right. Yeah, because if you made a league with Rome, you know what I'm saying, you go into another place, they can't just mistreat you. You see what I'm saying? They can't mystery. That's why they got afraid when they found out that he was. He never told nobody he was a Roman. He just used that opportunity to, drop the truth on the men that were actually in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, when they found out that he was a Roman, they're a Roman citizen,
Right.
they were afraid of him. Now, all of this was set up back during the time of the time of the Maccabees.
Okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When anybody that joined on to Rome, because remember, it was a league between us and the Romans, which that shouldn't have been done, regardless of how noble the Romans were at that time.
Mm-hmm.
They were known for being real noble and being, and keeping the covenants and oaths. And that's one of the reasons why, we joined with them and overthrew the Greeks. You know what I'm saying? The Grecians. That's one of the reasons that happened, because they had a good reputation. And anybody that joined themselves onto them, would be, would have would benefit as a citizen.
Right.
And Apostle Paul, it was pretty much during this time, it was kind of at the tail end of that type of thing, you know what I'm saying, to where they still had somewhat that type of reputation. All right. And well, that's the same thing. Well, Cornelius was also a Roman too. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's verse 2. A devout man and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people.
He gave much alms to the people. He did what? He gave many donations to the people.
Mm-hmm.
He went throughout the city. Now, this is the things that the celebrities should actually do, because you got to think, how did they actually climb to that status?
Right.
Because if black people never took interest in them, guess what? White people wouldn't take interest in them either. You see what I'm saying? You look at people like, Michael Jackson and all the people that they, celebrate. Michael Jackson got his start where at? Gary, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And people in Gary liked him. And the churches and all of that liked him. That's what get people recognized. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's black people. So as you, coming down or whatever, you got to deal with the same damn people that you dealt with first.
Mm-hmm.
So why not do that now? Because, hell, why live a life where you scared, where you terrified to say what it is that you want? You're up under a horrible, horrible dictatorship inside Hollywood. You are black. If it means you got to totally castrate your whole soul in order just to be, just to maintain that type of that lifestyle that you live in. You see what I'm saying? What they need to do is they need to band together with some of these, independent people and everything. And they need to come up with a damn plan, man. Like, look, man, we need to start giving back to our own community, because that's the support that you're really going to need.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the support that they're really going to need, because them Hollywood stars are turning against them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever you make Amalek angry, the other stars turn against you. And the ones that were formerly your friends are not your friends anymore. They're not even really criticizing so much as what you're saying. They're looking at the fact that white people are angry with you. And when they're looking at the fact that white people are angry with you, they thinking about their own money. They're like, well, I don't want to be too close to him. They might start messing with me. But these are the same people that'll sit there and tell you that black people are free. No, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are not free. Money is not free in you. You had money during the time of ancient Egypt. You had rich black people back then, but they were still slaves. You see what I'm saying? A slave, slaves don't have the power to actually, to go against anybody. The people that are actually oppressing them, they don't have the power to do so. You see what I'm saying? They don't own much, control much, or any of that. And everything that they so-called control, they're just the face of something. They're just like the cream of wheat man on the cream of wheat box, or Uncle Ben on the box of rice. You see what I'm saying? Or just like Jordan on the back of the day on the Wheaties box and all of that. These people have no real power. You see what I'm saying? The only power that they actually have is the power of influence, right? Influence is, but here's the thing: when somebody else controls your influence, though, that makes you a slave to them too. So they control what your strength actually is. Just like a man controls the strength of an ox that plows the field. Those dudes ain't nothing but high-paid oxen. And now they know this. But see, here's the thing: a lot of them made a choice to stay on that damn side of the fence, which they should not do that. You know, they shouldn't make a choice to stay on that side of the damn fence right there. And that's the reason why the sons and daughters is growing up gay and real weird and stuff like that. Because, like I said before, Hollywood is a world all in its own. Now they messing with of course, it was messing with the guy Kyrie Irving, which was he was real eloquent in his speech. You know, he was real eloquent in what he said. They really couldn't catch him up on anything that he was saying and all of that. They couldn't catch him up. So now they're just gonna, you know, sit back and try to find some other kind of way, you know, to get at him or whatever. But see, here's the thing. Some stuff like that was going on with them two actually should catch fire inside Hollywood. It really shouldn't sway us so much. Because in reality, the scriptures say, charge them that are rich, that they be not high-minded. And these celebrities, they done been real high-minded when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They done been real high-minded. And for one thing, because we actually fail to charge them. That's part of the problem. Just like we don't charge the Christian pastors and all of that. Anybody that has a leg up on black people, we don't charge them like what the scriptures tell us to do. We are supposed to charge them. It's not a sin. We'll even persecute each other when somebody actually does try and charge them. We'll mess around and persecute each other. You know, that's a real bad thing right there. You know, we'll sit there and attack one another. Oh, you just hating on him because he's rich. You just jealous of him because he's rich. No, the scriptures say charge them that are rich. That's right. What the Bible say.
That's right.
They are supposed to be required. But you know what? Other races understand this.
Right.
Manny Pacquiao. You know what? One of the things that Manny Pacquiao did with his millions? He went and started buying up properties and everything in the Philippines so that his people can have places to live. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because he understood that with the wealth and riches that he got in America, he has a duty and responsibility to his people. Mm-hmm. People like Yao Ming and all those type of people, they do the same thing. They get their riches, and even the people that are the heathens that are not famous. Damn cab driver, Somalian cab driver, and all of that. They sending money back to Somalia and everything, and starting to helping to boost the economy over there. You know what I'm saying? They cut to their portions and they push it, you know, over there, and then they start to, you know, actually try to raise that, you know, economy up. Everybody does that. You see what I'm saying? So the celebrities should actually do the same damn thing. But see, here's the thing: they got to do the stuff as a collective, and they owe black people a hell of an apology. And not just apologizing with words. You got to follow that stuff up with actions. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And let's go on to the scriptures some more. What Cornelius did.
Mm-hmm. A devout man, the one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to God always. Verse 3. He saw in a vision, eventually about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of God coming into him and saying unto him, Cornelius. Verse 4. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thine alms are come.
Yeah. Alms are right. Alms, right.
And thy alms are come up for a memorial before God. Verse 5. And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter.
Right, because Cornelius was a man, like I said, he was a man of authority right there. And what did he do? He went out and did good works among the people. You know what I'm saying? This is what, black celebrities and everything should do with their wealth. And that those alms came up before the Lord. You know what? He was doing this stuff to people, for people. He was in the habit of doing this stuff for people that couldn't even pay him back.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He was doing this stuff for people that could not pay him back. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? What does the scripture say? Those who lend to the poor, lend to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Now that's what they should do with their money. They gotta, we get successful and we start blaming the people. We start actually crediting the people that we work for. You know what I'm saying? When it was the people that was at the bottom that actually helped you get there, because they were the very first ones to start liking your stuff and start supporting you. The white people wasn't giving you support when you was down like that. They weren't supporting you. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, they were trying to get in your way to try to stop you from being successful. And when you press through and become successful anyway, then they'll switch gears and try to act like they was, on your side the whole time. And we'll still, like dummies, we'll start to believe it. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, we got to change a lot of the ways that we think. You know what I'm saying? You got to realize the devil is the devil yesterday, today, and forever. With that being said, the ISBK coming out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commander Junior Hana. Pay your tithes, support this truth, support the men that are out here on the battlefield fighting for you. With that being said, I'm about to pass the class over to Priest and Alza Maccabia.
Shalom Israel. Prayers. Yeah, come on. All right, give me a second here. Select. Salaki. All right. ISK security announcements. We got an ISK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you gives the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the Feast of Dedication, otherwise the Feast of Hanukkah, December 17th, which is next month. All right, we still got some time. That's coming up very soon. if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. All right. So with that being said, I imagine you, Nafanya Akudam, we are going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. All right. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shokah, Yahweh, Malach Watka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baraktaza, Kawa, Hayah, Rashamayim, Nathan, Lanab, Lakom, Kol, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kamawakinawa, Hasalakanawa, Kawakinawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ayanawa, Vanasarawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kayah, Laka, Hawalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'ata Parah, La'alami, Aman. In English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, that thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. Bless Israel. In Hebrew, Yahweh, Vashem Yahushua, Barak Danawa, Vayasha Allah, Vahabayah, Sapari, Barak, Rafa'ah, Magun, Hagun. Say the name of loved ones once, everyone repeats the name once. Israelite School UPK, IHK Minnesota, Yahweh, Yahushua, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the students, the sisters, the children, all of Israel. Bashem Yahushua, the Wada Aman. In English, Lord, in the name Yahushua, bless us and Yasha Allah, and the school. Bless him, shield, protect loved ones. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, listen to us now, right now. Send you the curses, punishment, and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers in the school. Send you the curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches into thy sanctuary. Send you the curses and punishment and destruction to Edomites and the nations and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, everlasting gods and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Paz Kamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, works of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, opened up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels and radio channels, convict the spirit into thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us or broadcast your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague take the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael and Gabriel come down to flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause to shake at thy coming. Name Yahushua. Thank you always, so be it. Sorry. He's turning Hebrew. Right. In Israel, my Shabbat, Majum, Rock, Yahweh Shemel Shabrak Thumb. To the brothers, much time. Sorry to the sisters, if you have any sisters in the room. All right. Minute Israel, my Shabbat, and Majum, Rock, Yahweh Shemal Thumb Shemel Shah. Much time. Class dismissed.